room, and Raquel's living testimony, she's now a different person because of what she went through, right? In terms of trying to take on someone as formidable as Joe Arpaio, right? In terms of all the types of actions she learned a lot. I mean, you just don't get that education in school. We have to create that process, right? So people start to believe and think that, yeah, we can do certain things. And what I always tell people, too, we have Sheriff Arpaio. Sheriff Arpaio will stay in office as long as we let him stay in office, right? Because there's just too many people here that if we all start to speak together and act together and move together, they couldn't control all of this, right? Imagine 10,000 people show up at the board of supervisors, calling for a resident. What are they going to do? Arrest us? No, it's, man, we have to start getting there, right? Get to the point where we say, you know what, enough is enough. I think I was fortunate because I wasn't brought up in Maricopa County. I came from California. I came from other places that had fresher eyes. And it just was so absurd, some of the stuff people were doing, that I was maybe dumb enough to think, like, we can change something. Right? Because I can't tell you how many people I spoke to who have money, power, and position were like, why are you doing this? One reason I was there at the time, I was part of the Laborers International Union, and I was like, we're talking to our residential construction workers, and they're scared of what's going on out there. They're scared of what Sheriff Arpaio is doing to them and their children and their wives and their spouses, so we can't just walk away from this. So my question is, how do we reframe this debate so that you're willing to take action, right? And so I think that is kind of, how the way we start to approach is to put Sheriff Arpaio in a position where it was very difficult for him to defend himself on the issues that we chose to lay out. And it was great because we got one headline one time we did an action. It's about accountability. And the headline read, Board of Supervisors asked to hold Sheriff Arpaio accountable. That was the message we wanted, right? That was what we were going after. We didn't want a message, although a lot of us cared about the immigration issue, we didn't want that issue, not because it wasn't important, because we wanted it to be about the Board of Supervisors holding Arpaio accountable. So it just means that we had to organize it a little differently and take a different approach to kind of get a different outcome. So as we started moving forward, as these arrests started mounting, I was arrested. Raquel Taran was at 8 o'clock in the morning. Sheriff Davis came to her room, and unmarked cars and plainclothes knocking on her door, ringing her doorbell, saying, are you Raquel Taran? Please come to the door, because they gave her a citation for clapping a day prior in the Board of Supervisors meeting when there was about 30 deputies there. They didn't arrest her there. They waited until she went home the following day, or 2 days there on Friday morning, to go get her. Right? This is the stupidity that's taking place, right? At a time when, I need to tell you, there's over 40,000 felony arrest warrants outstanding. They go to Raquel Taran's house for a misdemeanor disorderly conduct. That's the absurd. That's our tax dollars, and that's at work. So our challenge is, how do we get that message out? How do we start to move forward? But another interesting thing happened as we're starting to put this pressure on, right? Other Board of Supervisors thought that they were, were safe from Sheriff Arpaio, started to get what? Indicted. Not just attacked, indicted. Not even one indictment, 119 indictments, right? Statefully, right? Of course, they're found to all be, they couldn't hold up in court, right? All went out. Then they came back again and threw another 80-something indictments. Then they went after Mary Rose, right? And now they're all starting to crack. They're all willing to kind of, think differently, right? So there's a petition, certainly, I want you to sign. I'm kind of going to get to where we're at now. So after this all was said and done, after Don Stink was sworn in now as the new chairman, right? We figured we have an opportunity. So January 27th, 3 of us, representing MCSA, went there. Public comment, Chad, myself, Corinne, and Mercer said, we'd like to be on the agenda. Here's a letter. Here's what we're doing. Can we get on the agenda? Talk about what's taking place. Talk about this nation. Heard about this nation? Maricopa anti-corruption effort that was started by Arpaio and Thomas in 2006 has now spent $10 million, investigated some 40 to 50 people, and guess how many convictions they have? None. They have one for a misdemeanor conviction on a woman named Sandra Dowling. That's all they got. They've investigated the governor, they investigated Attorney General, they investigated judges, they investigated citizens, they've arrested 10 of us. Mind you, all 10 of us who went to court, we had to go to court. Mine took 11 months. Depositions, 2 days in court, they didn't have to put on a defense, they got thrown out. The other folks didn't have to put on a defense and got thrown out. That's all. But they were told, prosecute these people. Right? So with that said, the 27th, we did this, right? Didn't get it written down. And then 3 days later, we got an article in the Insider saying, by Yvonne Wingate, basically quoting Stakely saying, yes, because they asked respectfully. Well, I didn't know it was that easy. You asked respectfully to get on the agenda. Because we had done that. Lord knows we wrote letters and everything else. Because we asked respectfully, he was going to do that for us. But yet, February 3rd came, February 10th came, put calls in. Folks like you and Linda asked, hey, Lydia, when's this meeting? I said, Supposed to happen, still nothing, I put calls in. So then on February 9th, I talked to James Cannon. And he's the chief of staff to State Board. He took my call and I said, James, can you please let us know we're on the agenda? He goes, you guys aren't on the agenda. I'm like, really? I go, do you read the newspaper? He's like, well, you know, I said, no, we're Thursday, we're on the agenda. He goes, no, he didn't agree to do that, and MCSA is on the agenda. And then what happened, the Friday prior, full disclosure, I submitted a notice of claim for my lawsuit. A notice of claim is not a lawsuit. A notice of claim is putting in my notice saying, this is what happened to me. And because of that, I put them 6 days notice to respond to my notice of claim. So I guess that sent out this shockwave, right? And so I guess they're going to try and say, because I am suing, or will be suing them, that I can be on the agenda. I go, well, James, that's very nice. I don't need to be on the agenda, but MCSA is going to be on the agenda. Because MCSA is not suing anybody. MCSA is a coalition of organizations who your boss is going to be on. So that conversation didn't go very well. I called Swanson, who's their legal team, said, can you please give me the legal analysis of why MCSA has been taken off the agenda? He goes, oh, you have to have your attorney call me because I can't talk to you. So I had my attorney send an email so he could then talk to me. So we had a conversation. So tell me now, on the legal basis, why MCSA is not on the agenda. Well, give me a couple of days, don't go public with this. All right, cool, here's the writing. So this is just to get on the agenda, man. Just to remind you. So now the legal team's involved, there's statements involved, James saying we're not on the agenda, this is going on. So I give him to this Friday, I was told, Randy, you're going to get a call from your supervisor state, you're going to get a call. Phone does not ring. Today I talked to his executive assistant again, I go, oh, you're going to call, he went to a funeral day at noon, you're going to get a call. Phone still doesn't ring. So now we have a letter we're going to have signed by the steering committee of MCSA, it's going in tomorrow. I want to attach these petitions to say that we want to be on the agenda, to really put the heat on this. Now we have an article with a public official saying yes on the agenda, and now internally we're being told no, because someone chose, only had 6 more days before my time expired to file my notice of claim. Someone decided to sue because he felt he was maliciously prosecuted, falsely in prison, falsely arrested, which is my legal right. Something about civil rights in this country. So because of that, now, so they're saying that no, MCSA can't go forward because I have filed a notice of claim. So that hasn't been public, and we're going to see what this really goes. Because that's going to open up to another lawsuit, mind you. Because that's content-based. So that's where it's at now. So the next step, just so you know where we're at in this process, we have a public commitment from Don Stapley, a private conversation with him and his chief of staff saying we're not on the agenda. We haven't got clarity on it. I haven't got the legal opinion on it. So this letter tomorrow is going to go to him basically saying what's going on. Please clarify, Don Stapley, please clarify what's taking place. We got mixed messages. We want to work with you. Right? You sit on the agenda. Where are we going to be on the agenda? So the petition's going around. So with that, I don't know how much time I've taken, but I want to stop and take some questions or thoughts people have in terms of what we try to do or accomplish.